So good evening, everyone. If you are there, let me know that you are there. Yeah, let me know that you are there. You're welcome to this edition of our Power Hour webinar. Today, we're going to be looking at acting local and thinking global. How can we take our business to the next level? So if you are there, let me know that you are there. Just share your comments and let me know that you are there. Oh yeah, thank you. Adira, thank you. Elliot, thank you. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. 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 If you can hear me clear, can you just type your comments? Let me know that you can hear me. If you can hear me well, let me know that you can hear me. Just type in your comments. Okay? Say I can hear you. All right, thank you. You're welcome. You can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me clearly. Let's know if you can hear me. Today, I promise this to be an exciting time. It's going to be insightful. It's going to be eye-opening. So if you can hear me very well, please let me know that you can hear me. So right away, I want to start, okay, so that I can respect our time. Okay, when I advertised this webinar, I shared the statistics. And what's the statistic? I said 1,700 new millionaires in dollars are created every day last year in US. That's according to Fortune Magazine. Fortune Magazine said how many thousand? 1,700 new millionaires created every day in US. If you multiply that by 360 days, you have an idea of how many millionaires in dollars were created in one country just in 1 year. 365 times 1,700. But yet, what do we have today? We have 95% of people are stressed in spite of this number. 95% are underpaid. 95% are overwhelmed. 95% even with so much opportunities all over. Why? Our mindset, our standards, our commitment determines the way we live and the result we get in life. I take that again. Our mindset, our standards, our commitment determines the way we live and the result we get, okay, in life. I tell you a story. Okay, I think it was in 2014, I left paid employment. I used to work in one of the multinational oil companies. So I left paid employment to do my own business because I've already wanted to do my own business. So I started my own business. One afternoon, a friend of mine came and said, I have an opportunity I want to introduce to you. And I've been taught about focus. And I said, this is going to be a distraction to me. One of the businesses I was doing then was that I was, selling real estate property, for some of my old colleagues. And this, my friend, had invested with so many of his friends, in this offer that I was selling. So I felt that it was a way to pay back. So when I considered how much he was asking me, to give for the investment, it was such a small amount compared to how much I was going to make from him. That was the only reason, okay, I accepted the offer. Okay, because I didn't want to tell him no. I didn't want to consider the offer at all. But the only reason that I considered it was because in one of the, business I was doing, he had invested. He has patronized me in the sales of the real estate, that I was selling. So I was forced to patronize him. Not because I understand the opportunity, not because I wanted the opportunity, but because I just want, a win-win so that I can still retain the relationship. But you know what? It turned out to be, in terms of personal development, in terms of income, in 2015, it turned out, to be the best opportunity, okay, that came my way. Why? It was the place I got the best of development. It was the place, that got the best of income that year, even though I had to stop that business at a point. So what is the point I am making? I almost lost that great opportunity. Why? Because most people disbelieve that which they cannot understand, and they reject that which they cannot understand. A lot of people, disbelieve anything they can't understand what happened. They trash it. And this is a mindset problem. Okay? All right? I'll give you 2 other instances or 3 other instances our time will permit. Okay? So when I started, venture into personal development business, I felt because of these statistics and these figures that we need to do something. I need to add value in this respect. So one of the first course, that I offered for free, we call it Business Ideas Incubator Program. How to generate $1 million ideas on demand. The moment I advertised that free program on social media, the response I got was, 419, fraudster. Why? People could not imagine, that they could generate $1 million ideas on demand. The moment they heard $1 million, what happened? They felt that it was fraud. Why? People, tend to reject, tend to disbelieve what they don't understand. And if you are here today, I want to, ask you to open your mind. You need to open your mind to opportunities. If you don't understand it, don't reject it because you don't understand it. Okay? Never reject any opportunity because you don't understand it. The best you can do is, accept it, especially if it does not require you to commit a huge sum of money, and try and understand it. Because, you might be offered a lifetime opportunity which you may reject because of the human tendency of the mind of rejecting the things that we can understand. Okay? I tell you another instance. So what happened here? The first edition of that program we had about 135 people attended. A lot of people that just came out of curiosity, not because they believe that they were coming, to learn how to generate $1 million ideas on demand. But after the program, every one of them that attended the program said it was good that they did not turn down the program. Why? Because they did not only understand how to generate $1 million ideas on demand, they actually generated $1 million idea right in that program. So some of them testified that, look, we thought it was a fraud, but now they came out, they said, and they testified that their mind has been opened, their mind has been enlightened. Okay, all right. After that, we had a follow-up program, and the title of that program is called $1 Million Business Secrets. And again, the problem was $1 million because people could not, function that they could make $1 million even in Nigeria. Okay, and the question was, the title of the program was $1 Million Business Secret. How to create wealth, at least a minimum of $1 million in any business in 3 years or less. The first guy that came, responded said, in less than 3 years, he said Robert Kiyosaki and Dan Lutz, he said they did it in at least 7 years. How can I say that in Nigeria, somebody can do it for less than 3 years? And I said, when Robert Kiyosaki did it 7 years, in 7 years, then there was no internet. Okay? Now that you have internet, you have a global market. And I said, let me give you an example. In one presentation of 90 minutes, I don't know how many of us on this call know Russell Brunson. Russell made $3 million in a 90 minutes presentation. So if a human being can make $3 million in a 90-minute presentation, how can you say it is impossible to make $1 million in your business in 3 years or less? Okay? Another example of what happened, I'll tell you. Okay? There was a lady who was a graduate of one of the renowned business schools in Lagos. In fact, the business school is the top 50 business school in the world. Okay? So I was trying to convince her to come for the program. Why? Because I knew that if I get a lot of people to test what I offer, people, especially people that have experienced, that kind of education at the world standard, they'll be able to give me feedback whether I was operating at a local standard or I was operating at, at a world standard. So the lady was reluctant, and I offered her 100% money back guarantee. And I said, okay, come for the program. After the first day, if you don't get value, I will return back your money 100%. So what happened? She came reluctantly. The first day, I said, are you ready to get your money back? And she said, no, she can't get her money back. And after the program, she gave a testimonial. It says, I have attended the most renowned business school in Nigeria. And what I experienced from your program is more practicable, is more insightful, can lead to instant results more than what I learned from the business school. And she promised that she was going to, recommend her classmates that they must come for that program. So she gave us 6 recommendations. One of the people she recommended said, when she saw the title of the program, her first reaction was this: I don't earn money in dollars. Why do you ask me to come and attend a program of $1 million business secrets? Again, what happened here? The mindset. Most people disbelieve that which they cannot understand. The condition of the country has trained and conditioned our minds to only the things that we perceive as realistic. So we operate only on the things that we, perceive as realistic. If it is not realistic, we don't want to venture into it. But if you operate at that level, okay, you find out that you will limit yourself. You are limited by your thinking, because why? Okay, you are operating on, at the realm of the things that are realistic to you. But this is something about reality. Reality is different from different people based on their perception. Your perception can be different based on their mindset, based on their socioeconomic class. Okay, so somebody in a low socioeconomic class cannot fathom, cannot understand how he can make $1 million, in 3 years or less. Okay, I got a guy attended the program from Warri. Okay, she run a clothing outfit, and she was doing, I think, 30 million turnover every month, and she wanted to scale, and she came. He came after the program. This was his testimony. He said, I should rename the program. I shouldn't call it $1 million business secret. That I should call it multi-million-dollar business secret, because from what he has learned in that program, he says in 6 months that $1 million is a child's play if he implemented just 60% of the thing he learned in that program. Okay, so that's what our mindset can do. Our mindset can limit us. An average American, for example, making $1 million from a business is nothing. But for the citizen of third world countries, it seems impossible task, even though they may be in the same business with people that are out there in the America. Okay, so I want to encourage you tonight, open your mind. Okay, so the fact is this. I say it again. Most people disbelieve that which they cannot understand. Please learn this lesson here. Okay, this is a mindset issue. It is human tendency of the mind, okay, to disbelieve and reject the things that we don't understand. But that's very limiting. So I encourage you, one of the lessons you will learn from this place today is that never, never, never reject an opportunity because you don't understand it. Try and accept the opportunity and try to understand it. I give you an example. The first example I want to give to you. For thousands of years before now, men never, made ships and boats out of wood. Ships were made out of wood. Okay? Why? Okay? Because they believe that wood is the only substance that can float. They never imagine, okay, that steel can float. All right? So their mindset limited them at that time to manufacturing boats and ship only out of wood. Why? Because they believe that only wood can float. Because of limited thinking, they have not yet advanced far enough in their thinking process to understand. Okay? To understand that, steel can float. But after they grow in their thinking, what happened? Ships were being made, okay, of wood. So not just that steel can float, but they found out that steel was far superior to wood for building ships. Okay? At a point also, men long ago before now thought that only bird can fly. Okay? Men never imagined, okay, that men themselves can fly. But now we know that not only can men equal the flying of birds, but men can excel the flying of birds. So we have aircraft now, we have everything flying. So it's very important that we expand our minds and don't let limiting thinking, don't let limiting belief, okay, all right, okay, stop our progress. So how could you know all this when their minds has not been unfolded sufficiently to enable them grasp Okay, that one, ship can be made of steel and steel can float. Two, that human beings can fly by help of airplanes. So the purpose of this webinar tonight is to help you in unfolding, opening up and expanding your mind so that we'll be able to think with accuracy and not with limited thinking that will limit our progress and limit our result in life. So the purpose of this is to help you unfold your mind, your thinking, okay, expand your mind, expand your thinking so that, okay, we can all think more accurately and not be limited in our thinking. This unfolding of the mind will open us doors that, that leads to the things we cannot imagine. So I want you to stay with me tonight because we're going to look at some of the things. So let's start by challenging ourselves. If you're in business, I want to challenge you like I always challenge myself. So I want to challenge you with these questions. The first one is it. What is the most popular currency in the world today? If you are in my Facebook, you will see that. What do you think is the most popular, popular currency today? You can type, and let's hear you. What do you think is the most popular currency? Okay, do you think it's the Naira? Some people responded, someone say Bitcoin. Okay, but I think as far as the most popular currency is concerned, I think the dollar is the most popular currency. Why do I ask the question? The whole idea is for you to be able to measure your business performance in this currency, whatever that currency means to you, whether it's dollar, whether it's Naira, whether it's pound sterling, whether it's Bitcoin, okay? The whole idea is for you to be able to measure your service in terms of this currency. So if you were to convert your business currency worth to the dollar equivalent, how much will your business worth? So that, okay, thank you, Ronald, thank you. Okay, so dollar you believe that is the most popular currency. So I asked you the question. If you convert your business worth today, okay, to dollar equivalent, how much would that be worth? How much will your business worth? That tells you your position as far as the world standard is concerned. I asked another third one. The third question is this. Why can't your business earn income in dollars, for example? Okay, yes, I know that you are acting from Nigeria, you are acting from anywhere. So why can't your business, earn money in dollars? Why can't you sell your goods and services in dollars? How can you sell to market beyond your borders? Okay, if you are here now, you are on the global market. Why? Because you are on the internet. The internet is not restricted. The internet is not localized. The internet is a global market. The fact internet means that you are already on a global platform. So the question I ask you is that, why are you not operating at a global standard? Okay, so again, I ask you, how are changes in international markets affecting your business? I'm not going to give you answers to this. I just want you to go back, if you're in business, and challenge yourself and ask yourself the question, how are these things affecting my business? Okay, so let's look at some business truths that will help us act local, and think global. The first thing is start small. It's always acceptable to start from where you are. Start local, but make sure that your thinking is global. So what do I mean by starting local? What did I mean by starting small? It simply means start from where you are with what you have. Okay? I have met a lot of people who want to do business, but they want to start business with what their hand cannot reach. Okay? You will be frustrated if you want to start business with what you don't have. So it is acceptable for you to start from where you are. It's acceptable for you to start local. It's acceptable for you to start small, but your thinking must be global. So small simply means starting from where you are with what you have. So my definition of the word big or global is small plus another small plus another small until you get to infinity. So addition is what leads to completion. So little addition leads to what? Completion. Okay? So what is my definition of global? Simply, my definition of global is excellence. Excellence in terms of the goods and services that you render that can be accepted anywhere in the world. So even if you are starting small, even if you are starting local, your services, your good, your skill, your knowledge about whatever you know, okay, should be such that it must be able to be accepted globally. So make sure that whatever you offer, yes, with the internal content, the local content, but it must be done at world class level. So make sure that you operate at world class, local content, but world class level. So you can start small and act local, but think global by ensuring that your goods and services are of global standard. They can play anywhere. You can sell them anywhere. Like I asked you, who says that you cannot sell your market, sell your offering in an American market, in a market in Ghana, in a market in Australia? You are on internet, so you can sell anywhere in the world. So you must be sure that your good, your service, your skill must be acceptable, not just in your locality, but anywhere in the world. So you can start small. You can't do without exercising, or if excellence is your goal. So every time you need to exercise your skill, exercise the offering that you give, and make sure that it's done at the global level. But you can start to exercise by doing your best from where you are. What did I say? Do your best from where you are. So your small beginning, acting local, does not mean that you doubt your greatness, but it only means that you're exercising yourself from where you are. But as you do that, excellence must be your keyword. It must be such that if you are called anywhere to do in the world, that service will be acceptable. So you can't start small and act local. You can start small and act local, but think global by ensuring that your goods and services are of global standard. You can't do without exercise. Okay? All right? That's very important. Begin small, but don't remain small. Open up to new ideas. I must encourage you to open up to new ideas. I gave you an example of 3-4 people. Okay? Mine was the first example. Opportunity I almost rejected because I don't understand it. But it turned out to be the best opportunity after I left the paid employment. Okay? In fact, in 1 year, I don't want to tell you how much I made. But in terms of growth, in terms of development, in terms of income, that was the best opportunity which I almost rejected. Why? Because I didn't understand it. So you must open up yourself to new ideas. The fact that you have a small beginning does not mean that you will settle in there. Don't settle. Okay? I want to encourage you, if you want to play at the global standard, you must experiment. Okay? So put out your product. It is said that marketing is all about a test. I can tell you, nobody does marketing campaign and is sure that that campaign is going to be successful. What do? They first try it out. Okay? So try out your products. Okay? Try out your offering. Try it in a new market. Experiment. Don't be afraid to attempt new things. Test other markets and get feedback. Very important. I say test other markets and get what? Feedback. Test globally. You're on the internet. Okay? So you don't need to invest a lot of money. You can write a copy on your product and put it there on the internet and see if people from other part of the world, will show interest. Okay? Do a Facebook ad. Target a foreign market and see whether, they will be interested in what you offer. You are already on a global platform. The internet is a global platform. So you can experiment your product. Always experiment. Everything called marketing is a test. Why? Because you don't know the campaign. You don't know the copy. You don't know the sales copy that is going to sell. You just try it out and see whether people accept it. Don't be afraid to attempt new things. Test other market. Get feedback. Test globally. Our world is constantly changing. Okay? And making progress. So we all must change with the world. So you must first understand the change, or even before you can tell yourself whether, you can adapt to it. So if you don't understand what is happening in the global market, how can you adapt? If you don't understand the skill level at which people that are in your own space are playing, how do you want to up your skill? So seek to know as much as you can about your business. Because how versatile you are or you become will determine how productive you are. It is very important, that you seek to know about the business you do. Don't let money define you. Let's talk a bit about money. Okay? When you are going into business, don't let money define you. Money is important, but money is not the goal. The goal is to add value. Money is never the goal. Money is just the benefit for adding value. So the goal is value. The goal is not money. So don't let money define you, but understand the importance of money, how to make it. I take that again. Please don't let money define you, but understand the importance of money and how to make it. Why? Your self-worth has nothing to do with your finances or your network. How much you are worth as a person has nothing to do with your bank account. Whether you have a negative bank account or you have $5 million in your bank account, your confidence must never waver. Okay? All right? So I get this and get this very clear. Okay? Your self-worth, who you are, if you are a Christian, the Bible says, okay, the value of a man does not consist in the abundance of what he has. So your self-worth, okay, has nothing to do with your finance. It has nothing to do with your network. But what is important is your confidence. So whether you have a negative bank account or you have, okay, $5 million in your account, what is important that your confidence must be intact. Okay, so if you want to play globally, you must have the same level of confidence, okay, to be able to put out your goods and services out there, outside a market different from your own. I take that again. If you must play globally, your confidence level must be such that, okay, you must be able to enter any market, okay, and get the feedback, okay. So if anything, your confidence needs to increase, whether you are stressed or not, okay, because why? That will motivate you to ensure that you don't be in that condition where your confidence is, is threatened. This is very important. Know this. Being wealthy is a state of mind, and being broke is also a state of mind. It's a function of confidence. Okay? It has nothing to do with, okay, don't let how much you have in your bank account or how much you don't have in your bank account determine, okay, your confidence level. Because your confidence level will determine, okay, where you play, will determine, how far you go. It determines the door you knock. So it's important, okay, that your confidence level is intact, whether you have money in your account or not. Don't ever let money define you, okay? All right? That's why you need to grow your skills. That's why you want to ensure that your skills is of global standard. Let's talk about time, okay? For someone that is acting local and want to think global. Time. You need to value and respect your time. And don't spend your time, instead invest your time. There's a difference between investing your time and spending your time. Make sure that at every point in time, okay, you are either adding value to yourself, okay, or somebody else is adding value to you. If you don't value your time and respect it, no one else will. Okay, so you need to value your time and plan your time. What the calendar is to your time is what budget is to your money. You agree with me that if you don't budget your money, you have 1,001 people who have a budget for your money. The same thing with your time. If you don't budget your time, what happens? People will come and take over your time. So you need to value and respect your time, okay? Because if you don't, nobody, else will. Time is more valuable than money. Get this. As a business person, as someone that wants to play at the global standard, even if you are acting local, you need to understand that time is more valuable than money. Why? You can always get more money. You can always make more money. You can lose money and make it back. But you can never get more time. And there's nothing more valuable than a time that is wisely invested. Okay? So what are we doing here tonight? Some people came here, okay, and they left. But you have chosen to stay back and invest this time in educating yourself. Okay? There's what we call the practice of selective listening, where you go and listen to voice of value. The time you spend listening to voice of value is a time invested. Okay? So again, I go back to money control. Two things happen. You either being controlled by money or your money is controlling you. You are either controlling your money or what? Or your money is controlling you. If you let your money control you, you will never find happiness. Okay? Money is never connected to happiness. Get it? If you tell yourself that the more money you get, the more happy you will become, you are lying. Money is never, okay, connected to your happiness. But money can give you peace of mind. Money can give you choices. You have options. Money can give you excitement if you stay in control and use it intelligently. Okay? Stay in control and use it how? Intelligently. A lot of people have tons of money, but they are not happy. They have so many people that have tons of money, okay, but they are not what? Happy. Why? Okay, it's either because they are prisoners, they become prisoners to their money, or they are so consumed with getting money that they don't even allow time for happiness. So two things happen. They are consumed, okay, and become prisoners of the money, or they are so engrossed with trying to make money that they don't allow time for happiness. So it's important that you stay control of money. Don't let money control you. Money is meant to be used, and money is not supposed to use you. Okay? As someone that wants to act globally, mastery, I've talked about that. Mastery is very important. What do I mean by mastery? I fell into this error while I was trying to develop myself. Okay? So I boast of reading a book a month, 12 books a year, or more than that. But that's information overload. If you want to, okay, practice at the world standard, what you need is mastery. Here is this big question you need to ask yourself. If you are a global thinker and you are acting locally, what's the question? The question is, what can I become, the best in the world at? What can I become world class at? And I can consistently and deliberately practice. What can I become best at in the world? Okay, that I can consistently and deliberately practice. Mastery should be your goal. So I ask you, what can you be the best in the world? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What is the one thing, okay, that you can be the best at in the world? So your focus must be such that, okay, you master what you do, that wherever you come to, okay, you'll be accepted. And once you have mastered and started producing great results, that is the only way you are allowed to go and try another thing. A lot of people talked about multiple streams of income. So they try 1,000 businesses at the same time. What are you doing? You are scattering your energy. You don't have focus because everything is about energy. I'll give you an example. What do you think of a plane that wants to start to take off? It requires a lot of energy to take off. Okay? So you need mastery. You need to master what you're doing. So the question I ask you, what is the single thing that you can be the best in the world at? Okay? Master it. All right? And ensure that you are good at it. And the world will be at your beck and call. So do not move to the next thing unless you have mastered it. Okay? Listen to this. If you are not satisfied with what you've done over the years, this is very important. If you are not satisfied with what you have done over the years, the first thing to do is to stop doing that. Okay, why? Because it's not working. You have done it over the years, you are not getting results. So if it's not working, what do? You need to stop. Why? Because that thing is defining your current reality. Whatever you are doing that is not working is what is defining where you are. Is what is defining who you are right now. So you must make sure that, okay, what is not working is not defining your current, okay? So don't be afraid to take decision. Because regardless of your past decision, you are always a decision away from making the right one. So be free to make the decision. If it is not working, dump it and try something new. Especially if you have been on it for such a long time. You can tell if you are making progress or not. Okay? Whatever you are doing right now, you can tell for sure if you are making progress or not. And if you are not making progress, this is the right time to stop. Okay? I don't have time. I would have shared the story of Condoleezza Rice with you. A lady who all her life was into music. Second year in university, he discovered that, look, he was in the wrong path. What happened? He met a young guy of 9-year-old who was doing what he has spent her whole life trying to study with ease. And she noticed that, look, if I continue this, I will not do this in life at work class. So she decided to do what? Change what she's doing. Okay? So let's talk about profit. You need to prioritize your profit if you're a business person. What do I mean with that? I challenge you to prioritize your profit. To do this, when you are setting up your weekly schedule, make sure you focus on income producing activities. I cannot stress this much. Okay? When I started business, I used to do everything. Okay? I used to do everything. I couldn't differentiate which of my activities is producing results, which one is not producing income. Because I'm in business to make money. So I couldn't differentiate which activities is making money and which activity is not making money. Here it is. I think they call it Pareto principle. It says 20% of all your activities are responsible for 80% of your income. I mean, that should tell you. I take that again. 20% of what you do is responsible, okay, for 80% of your income. That tells me that you can cut off 80% of what you do and still make 80% of the income you make right now. How do you feel reducing your work by 80% and still make 80% of your current income? Wow. Okay, so you must make sure that whatever you do is income producing. All right, so the key here is to figure out what are those 20% activities that generates 80% of my income as a business person. I won't tell you, okay, all right? What are the 20% of the activities that generates, 80% of income? Really think about it. The top 3 things you need to do to create income. Think about what are the top 3 things I need to do every day to create income. Make sure that they are in your schedule every day and make sure that you do them consistently. Very soon, your result will wow you yourself. Okay? I take that again. What are the 3 key things that you must do every day that produce income for you? Note that you can reduce your activities by 80% and still make, 80% of the income that you make here. So constantly ask yourself, okay, if what you are doing is profitable. Ask yourself, this thing I'm doing today, I don't know whether you review your days. Every day at the end of the day, find out what are the things I do. In case you don't know what are the 20% activity that is very productive for you, after the day, ask yourself, which of these activities is income generating? And make sure that those are the things that must be in your to-do list every day. Constantly ask yourself, if what you are doing is profitable, and focus on doing, only the things, that you feel like are bringing profit. Don't forget, impact drives income. I can't say that enough. Impact what? Drives income. Therefore, for massive income, think global impact. Okay, so what does that mean? The more people you impact, the more income you make. The more people you serve, the more income you make. So why would you think about, affecting more people, especially on the platform of the internet? So you have a global platform already. The internet is your global platform. The question I need to ask yourself is, how can you use this platform to your advantage? How can you use this platform to your advantage? You are paid, of your ability to solve problems that people care about. Take that again. If you are looking for income producing activities, you are paid for the ability to solve problems that people care about and people will pay for. So if you want to define what business means the ability to solve problems that people care for and they are ready to pay for. I define it again. The ability to solve problems that people care enough for and they will pay for. And when you mix that with your skill and passion, you have found, a way to make money for the rest of your life. Solve a problem that people care about and ready to pay for. So, the fact of the matter is that if you find one person that you're able to solve that problem for, you can find millions of people all over the world that have the same need. And that's what they call the niche. Okay? So, find a problem to solve that people care for, especially the one that you can solve with your skill and your passion, the one you are passionate about. Once you do that, you have a business for life. So I get many people come to me and saying, Hyacinth, I have all this expertise. I have all this experience, but I'm not making money. I have this experience, I have this expertise, but I'm not making money. The question I ask them in return is, are you adding enough value? Okay? Yes, you have all the expertise, but are you adding enough value? Okay? Are you in enough places where you are known, where people know you? And that's why, the global thinking is important. Because the more you think global, the more you want to put yourself out there all over the world. Okay? There are people on the internet that have the illusion of being everywhere at the same time. That's the secret of business. So first thing I ask them is that, are you adding enough value? Are you in enough place where people know you? Are you so good at what you do that people cannot ignore you? Okay? Very important. You must be very good at what you do. All right? Okay? Okay, welcome. All right. I hope you've not missed enough, but I'm sure you'll be able to watch the replay. Okay. So when you say I have expertise, I have experience, I'm not making money, the question you ask yourself is, are you adding enough value to people? Are you in enough place where people know you? Okay. Are you so good at what you do that people cannot ignore you? In business, we pass through stages, important stages. This was very difficult for me to understand. The first time, before I knew it, I felt that if you are good, people should come to you, but that's not correct. So you have a lot of people in business in Nigeria today who do what they call hope marketing. What do I mean by hope marketing? Hope marketing is the fact that, they have a beautiful shop, they have beautiful product, and they think they just wait that when people pass, they hope that what happened, they will branch and see the good. But you need to take that which is good that you have, okay, to people. So I found out that there are two periods you need to pass through in doing business. The first period is a period of getting good and becoming world class at what you do. Getting good and becoming world class at what you do. This is the period of gathering, classifying, and organizing knowledge, where you become very, very good at what you do. Okay? All right? Okay? When you become very good at what you do. But even if you are very good at what you do, don't assume, that people will come to you. That's where I made my mistake. Okay? I thought that because I am good, people must come, but it will lead to frustration. There's another period for which we are struggling for recognition. So the first period is the period where you have to be good at what you do. The second period is the period where you need to fight for recognition. So even if you are good, okay, you have the skill, you have the expertise, you have the experience, you can offer useful service, but we are still confronted with the challenging of convincing people that we can serve them. One, you are good. You have the expertise, you have the skill, you have the passion, but they don't know you. So you still need to convince people that you are able to deliver that service. Okay, all right? So you must pass through that period. So what's the solution? Solution is keep adding value. Okay, I'm sure maybe that's why we are doing this webinar, so that people can know what we can offer. So keep adding value. Every opportunity you have, add value. What are you doing? People are knowing you. People are knowing what you can do. People are knowing what you can offer. As much as possible, be out there. Be in enough places where people know you. So you need to go out there and keep getting good and better at what you do, that people can't ignore you. Very important. So if you are not, you need to get to work immediately. If you are not adding enough value, if you are not putting out yourself out there, if you are not getting good and good at what you do, you need to change immediately. You need to get at work and keep making effort and become obsessed with what you do. I have not seen anybody that is obsessed with what they are doing that don't get the recognition they are looking for. So you need to be very obsessed with what you are doing. Very important. So again, as I begin to close, you need a team. Okay? This was very difficult for me to understand. Okay? The first question I asked myself, I'm sure most people will ask themselves when it comes to going global, is that, can I do it? That's the very limiting question, because the answer is yes and or no. Oftentimes, the answer you give yourself is a no, because when you look at yourself, you say, I can't do it. So never ask yourself, can I do it? Instead of ask yourself, can I do it? Ask yourself, how can it be done? That open up options instead of limiting yourself. How can it be done? Okay? But the most important question, the superior question of the three, is who can help me do it? So you don't have to do everything. All you need to do is focus on the area you are good at and get people who are, better than you. All right? So you need a team. We don't have time, because I know that what most people are asking now is that, how can I hire a team when I don't have money? You don't need to pay for a team. Okay, maybe in the next webinar, we'll be able to discuss how you can get people who can serve you, who are good at what you do, what you want them to do for you. Okay? So how do you know those people? Okay? Be mindful of people who put money first when it comes to rendering service. Be very mindful of people who put money first. The people you need to bring to your team must be the one that says, okay, let me show you what I'm capable of doing. Okay? There must be people who will say, let me take your brand to a whole new level. And if you think that what I offer is valuable, then pay me. So they put service first. They tell you, okay, let me offer this service. Let me take your service to the next level. In fact, some people say, okay, I give you, even if you want to pay in advance, I give you 100% money back guarantee. What does that mean? They are so sure of their service that they will tell you that, look, if I don't please you with my service, if you are not satisfied, don't pay me. Okay? So this must be also your own position. You must be so good that you can be able to tell people that, look, I give you 100% money back guarantee. Or don't pay me, I will offer the service. If you are not satisfied, then you can go with your money. Okay? All right? So when you are so confident in what you do, okay, and you know who you are, you know your value, you will not be worried about giving value first or giving value for free. Okay? All right? You will not be, bothered about giving value first. Always make sure that you give value first. I want you to know this. Instead of saying to the world, show me the color of your money, and I will show you what I can do. Reverse the rule. I say that again. Instead of saying to the world, show me the color of your money, and I will show you what I can do. Reverse the rule. Say, let me show you the color of my service, so that I may take a look at the color of your money if you like my service. Let me show you the color of my service, so that if you like it, I may have a look. Okay, so it's always service first. Those are the kind of people you want in your team. People who are so sure of themselves, who put value first, okay, before money. So I want to conclude. Okay, as I conclude this evening, I want to tell you, you need the preparation, you need the focus, you need the effort, you need the dedication. This will ensure you always be in demand. Again, I take it. You need the preparation, you need the focus, you need the effort, you need the dedication. Start from where you are, but think global. Money is about choices. Money is about freedom. Money is about giving back. You can use it to reach your widest dream. You can donate to causes, okay, that you believe in. So money is good. You can, will it to your children. You can leave legacy for your children. Everything is up to you. So let me ask you this question as I close. Why not be wealthy, gentlemen and ladies? Why not become a millionaire in dollars? Why not focus on making as much money as you can? As entrepreneurs and business owners, we have tremendous upside, okay? It is only crowded at the bottom. It's like an open funnel. There's so much room at the top. Plenty of room at the top. There are no limit to those who value their dreams, their goals, their ambitions, and they have over excuses. Today, I want you to come on this journey with me because money is good. So I ask, why don't you be wealthy? I want to be wealthy. One of the reasons I do this is that when I teach, I learn. So for me, it's one of the growth process I have put in place for myself. The more I talk to people about this, the more I imbibe it myself. So for me, I'm on a learning journey, and I hope that you come, with me to this journey. Once again, I remind you, we all have 24 hours in a day. And if you want more success, you better treat those 24 hours wisely. Okay? What does wealth mean to you? What does it mean to you? Money is about choices. I say again, money is about freedom. Money is about giving back. And there's no better feeling than living life on your own term. But it takes sacrifice. So I advise you, please start today. Okay? Thank you for your time. Okay? I don't know if you have any question. If you have any question, you can just type it. We can spend 1 or 2 minutes to answer our questions. Okay? You have any question? If you have any question, you can share it in the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, we just call it a day. And we hope to be doing this at the same time every week, God helping us. So if you got value tonight, please join us, okay, next week. Thank you for your time, and God bless you.